And look what a handsome young man at 18 and a half. And I can just only imagine what a handsome 3-year-old man he'd be looking like today.
No offense. No, it's just like his father.
Yes, no, exactly.
Welcome to the family and friends and all the citizens and all the kids here. Thank you very much. It's not a very long program and it will start right now. We have Commander Dean Paulson, who is the commander of the local Legion. I'm going to turn it over to him.
We're gathered here today to dedicate the new pavilion at the arena area. And this is in memory of Matthew G. Milczark, Private First Class, United States Marine Corps, 2nd Battalion, 4th Marine Regiment. He was born on May 3rd, 1985. And passed away on March 8th, 2004 in Operation Iraqi Freedom. There are still difficult memories for the communities in this area. We have known this young soldier through the years in the community. It isn't just his parents, Mary Norland and Greg Milczark, but also the association with students, classmates, and those important to all. I know that our house, our two daughters, had lots of tears and questions. And how do we answer these questions? Just answer questions they pose the best we can. Be available to help them through this period of time. It already has been 11.5 years. The memories will always be there. Just remember this. Forever young, gone too soon. Forever missed and never forgotten. Semper Fi. Color guard. Present the colors.
Color guard, period. Good. Forward. Boom. Forward. Boom. Good. Boom.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
succeed, giving hope in times of need. Who they are, they never need to be an unsung hero. There are those who do their all for their country when she calls, unafraid to stand or fall for those they love, rising up in times of need, leaving home and family, living out their call to be another hero, an unsung hero, serving God and country each and every day, giving up their lives in unsung ways. He was strong and he was brave, and he gave his life away in a cause that some would say a waste of time. But he lived what he believed, became a fine and proud Marine, and in his life and death I see another hero, an unsung hero. Many sons and daughters going overseas, risking their young lives for you and me. There are people every day who give their heart and soul away, although we never think they play a major part. But when I look at them and see the many ways they're touching me, then I'm glad there lives to be the unsung hero, the unsung hero. People all around us, people everywhere, building up our lives in unsung ways. In this slum and silent town, crowded people gather round, seeking solace and divine common love. In their darkest time of need, turn to faith in things unseen, called on God and sadly grieve, an unsung hero, their unsung hero. I know up in heaven there will come all the unsung heroes, hear God say, unsung hero, welcome home. Now your time on earth is done. It'll finally be made known for all to see, and we'll gather on that day when our tears are wiped away. We will hear our Father say, you are a hero.
the truck go by or not. Over here and on the highway, unbelievable. But, this is a very important for the city of Moose Lake, for this beautiful pavilion and this dedication. And I got Ricky Brazak, who's going to give a little history of the pavilion, how it came about, and over the number of years. I'll leave that up to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. In 2008, the Northland Foundation awarded Moose Lake Community Education a considerable grant to implement an age-to-age program. The award was then matched by another funder, Communities for All Ages, and we opened meetings to the community, inviting all interested adults and youth to give their input on how to enhance our community and make it an even better place to live. Our first architect drew up a beautiful plan for this Earl Ellens Park with a new hockey arena and multiple park amenities, utilizing the river and bike trail. However, we knew we couldn't take on the building of a new arena, but one aspect of that drawing caught the eye of a few of our community members: a pavilion right by the river. People could enjoy a picnic, veer off the bike trail and take a break, and the farmer's market could get out of the elements. The city cut back the tall grass here and the brush, and even moved piles of decades-old building supplies, thus creating a wonderful view of the river. And at that moment, we knew the pavilion project had potential, and we dug in our heels. That was the fall of 2010. Mayor Shaw asked me to speak about the history of the pavilion. I have no less than 6 binders of history back in the Community Education Office. Meetings, architects, approvals, meetings, negotiations, grant reports, meetings, more architect plans, variances, power lines, inspectors, meetings. 5 years. What isn't in the binders, now tucked away in the cupboards, is the story behind the pavilion. The story of a mix of community members with diverse, hectic lives coming together for the sole purpose of a project, not to benefit themselves, but to benefit others. Offering advice, forward-thinking strategies, getting past hurdles, setbacks, frustration, yet no finger-pointing, only relentless support of each other year after year after year. A cohesive group of this caliber doesn't come about easily, and in my opinion has a lot to do with luck. Once you've worked with true team players, well, it can only be described as a feeling, really. That feeling you get when a certain someone can walk into the room and you just know that everything is going to be all right. That feeling is the foundation, the story of this pavilion. When Mayor Shaw places Matt's dedication plaque upon this pavilion, new stories will be added by Matt's friends and family as they remember his life. When visitors stop by, they will read Matt's plaque and remember their soldiers. And many will remember stories of their personal military experience. And to me, that's what this is all about. The stories, the exchange, the interactions, the dance, the human connections. So thank you, Mayor Shaw, for keeping the stories alive, floating in the atmosphere, so they can be told again and again and again. Thank you.
We'd like to pass on to the family. Where's Rita? Oh, here we go, hiding around the corner. Mary and Linda. We're going to have some statements by the families here in a moment.
First of all, I have to get my little cheat sheet out. Hello, everyone. First thing I want to do is I want to give a big thank you to all the veterans out there. I've said it many times, and I'll say it again. Thank you. And very proud to be an American. I hope all of our young people know what a commitment that our soldiers make. When Mayor Ted Shaw told me about the pavilion and the dedication to Matthew, I was so surprised, but very, very, very honored, very honored. It was happy. I felt happy. I felt good to realize that so many people were remembering Matthew too. Especially after 11. It's been 11 and a half years. I couldn't really talk about it then. It hurt too much. It was too raw. I thought I'd be better today, but I'm kind of tearing up right now. It has been 11 and a half years since Matthew and Moy Langhorst, his friend since kindergarten and fellow Marine soldier, since they deployed. I told Ted that this location is perfect too, because it's right across the street from Moy Langhorst Memorial and about a block south to the Moose Lake Visitor Center. Inez Surratt made this red, white, and blue ribbon. And I started the Gold Star, Blue Star Mothers of Moose Lake at that time. I often think of Moy Langhorst when I'm thinking about Matthew and their service to this country. It was a short-lived service, but it was a very proud and strong service, no matter how little or short or long. I know that the community of Moose Lake and the surrounding communities were so saddened by both of their deaths. And I know that I feel that they think of Matthew and Moy together as they should. I want to tell you something. It was a couple months after both Moy and Matthew's death. Something that my brother Greg, who is a retired Marine from Camp Pendleton, my brother Greg was telling my mother this story that when February 2004, on President's Day, my brother Greg was the last ones to see Matthew and Moy as they deployed that day. They each had given him a duffel bag of their belongings, and Greg was going to put them in his storeroom in his garage. And he said, my brother Greg was telling me, Mom, I was almost embarrassed, Mom, you know. There were soldiers, there were Marines running around like chickens with their heads cut off. But not Matthew and not Moy. They marched strong and proud and stood tall and steady. And they boarded the plane. And he said he was so proud to be a Marine that day because he was so proud of them. They were calm, they were cool, they were collected. They knew their mission and they were going to do the best that they could. And so, on behalf of our proud but fallen, and like a Marine says, once a Marine, you're always a Marine. So now, I want to put a smile on everyone's face, and I want to tell you a little story about this sweatshirt. It was Christmas time, 2003. Matthew and Moy were in the school of it. They had done their basics. They were in the school of infantry, learning about their missions. And this box came in my mailbox. It was around Christmas time. This box came, and I opened it up, and I could tell it was from. It didn't have Matthew's name or anything on it, but I knew it seemed like it was a military type mailing. And I opened the box and I pulled out this sweatshirt. And And I thought, oh, Matthew's sending his younger brother Luke a sweatshirt for Christmas. And I was looking at it, but then I noticed there was a note, so I read the note. And he said, Mom, the sweatshirt is for you, not for Luke. I repeat, the sweatshirt is yours. Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. So, this is my sweatshirt. I wear this sweatshirt sometimes more than once a year, but always on March 8th, because that was my son's, the day that he died. Thank you, everybody.
Greg, I wish you had Bill. There you are. Thank you.
Linda and Greg asked if I could speak. They wrote some things down here. I'm Matt's cousin, Billy. Just so you know, I was a Marine, and you know, before Matt went into service, I know Matt kind of looked up to me a little bit. It's a hard time of year too, because I'd always see Matt around deer season. Matt was more than a Marine. He was a kid from Kettle River, a student at Moose Lake. He was a homecoming king class of 2003. He was a handsome, fun, funny, and friendly to many. He loved being from the country and driving the John Deere and making hay, riding four-wheelers, shooting pigeons from the silo, just tearing up in the back roads in his little red Ranger. And like I said, deer hunting was a special time of year. You know, it's a great time of year where I don't see my cousins during the regular year, or my uncles and my aunts in this area. Matt really loved that time of year as well. This experience led him to achieve one of the highest rankings oh, I skipped something. Hold on here, I'm going to put my glasses on. Oh, from the deer hunting, having that experience, it helped him achieve one of the highest rankings in marksmanship in his platoon at MCRD in San Diego. From what I remember of the story, I think he was the highest shooter out of his platoon. That was correct. That, you know, and I haven't been there and done that. That's no small feat. You're talking hundreds of guys out of several platoons. So that's something else. You know, Matt, instead of choosing college, all he could think about was joining the military, following in the footsteps of his uncles, Greg, Mike, Jamie, George. I know he looked up to me, and my dad was a Marine as well, his Uncle Bill. Matt wanted the Marines the best and the toughest, and you know, that's what Matt got. He got the best and the toughest. And, you know, this is quite an honor in this dedication. I think it's a great thing. You know, so many people in life, it's sad, obviously, but so many people in life pass on, either later in life or early in life, and nobody, you know, very few people remember them. You know, now with this pavilion, Matt will definitely always be remembered. And, we appreciate everybody that served, obviously. Happy Veterans Day, everybody. Thank you.
Just a few great results. also, we have a real nice banner here that the third grade students made, and with the stars, and looks like there's some words they put on there, so everybody gets a chance to kind of look around it. Really glad that the kids are here today to celebrate this dedication. Just another quick word, probably back, I think he said it was 4 or 5 years ago, I believe how long it took to get the pavilion up, but the process had to go be done, and we finally got through it all. And I remember way back, very close to the beginning, when we had the idea, I'm working with the HK, let's do the pavilion, and everybody voted and agreed, and it kind of got in line, and I've had the idea, why don't we dedicate this? And I know Barney Hollis isn't here, but he jumped up immediately. Now Barney was, he was in the Navy, Navy SEAL, and he jumped up, let's dedicate it to Matthew. And everybody immediately loved the idea. So there's a little bit of the history I wanted to share also. And, kind of a neat thing. There was just no question at all. It was immediate. This pavilion is your pavilion. And I hope everybody can use it whenever, enjoy it, summer, winter, whatever, however hard you are. But this is a beautiful pavilion, and I know on behalf of the City Council and City of Moose Lake, we're very proud that we have this pavilion that is dedicated to Matthew. And with that, we have a very talented Mary Rose that will lead us in this song. Mary for the community.
That's the end of our program. Thank you all for participating in what's on here. Other important
Yeah, I do all the time. Yeah, that's fine. I know.